Ghosttech is offering a fancy schmancy new leather card case along with their clear aluminum case to show off your sexy new Samsung S8. But which one is right for you? Let's find out. Both cases are made with a similar soft, flexible rubber shell, with the obvious difference of the leather back on the Exec series and the aluminum frame on the Cloak 2 series. Installation for both cases are identical, going in bottom side first and snapping the top corners in place. For optimal showing off and bragging points, be sure to wipe down the back of the S8 first before installing the Cloak 2. Taking a look around the Exec series, defined button covers, easy to find, and provides a tactile response. There's shallow cutouts throughout the bottom that are wide enough to accommodate most cables, with a fairly standard camera, flash, and fingerprint cutout. It's just nice having a defined edge beside the fingerprint reader to know where to place your finger without smudging up the camera with your dirty ass fingers. And of course, having a case that's thick enough to keep the lens raised off surfaces when set down lightly like this. The Cloak 2 series takes a different approach to the button covers, opting for the aluminum frame to surround them. They lay flat to the frame, making it slightly difficult to feel out, and the click travel and response isn't as tactile as the Exec, much softer and makes you doubt yourself if you've even clicked it. Identical cutouts throughout the bottom and around back for the camera lens. Again, thick enough to keep your lens from contacting surfaces when you throw it onto your table. In the hand though, the Exec feels greasy along the glossy rubber edges. It's not slippery though thanks to the leather back, and it really helps that it barely adds any thickness to the sides, making one-handed operation a little more comfortable to use with the leather to grasp onto. The Cloak 2 has a solid structure to the whole case thanks to the aluminum frame, and you can feel that confidence in your hand. With a matte finish along the edges, although not textured, it's comfortable to hold and it doesn't grease up on you. It's almost like holding, dare I say it, a matte black iPhone 7 with a smooth anodized finish. It's thin enough that it still allows me to wrap my fingers around to grasp on for dear life. In terms of thickness, both cases only add a millimeter or two, so both slide in and out of pockets without an issue. An important factor when deciding between the two will come down to aesthetics, with the Cloak 2 being a clear case to show off what's underneath, and the Exec, which the name points out, is to feel like an executive, leather, cash, and the fancy lifestyle that comes with it. There's not much to say about the Cloak 2 in terms of functionality. It's a clear case that offers a twist with its aluminum frame, but otherwise, that's really it, and that's not a bad thing. It does what it needs to do really well, which is to show off your badass new Samsung S8. The aluminum is just an affordable way to make it feel much more expensive. Where the real party starts is behind the Exec series. Although the leather is basically a fancy laminate leather sticker, you get what you pay for here. It's the shape it makes down below that matters. 2 card slots with an interesting cash pocket cutout on the side. Both slots only hold a single card unfortunately, which is less than most card cases that can adapt for 3. But an ID and a credit card along with Samsung Pay or Google Wallet covers most of your needs. If that's not enough, the cash pocket will hold a few bills to cover those damn restaurants that don't take card. With both cards in, let's see how it holds up. Not bad, but how about a single card? Now this is about 2 weeks of breaking it in, so it's safe to say it'll keep everything in place. The cash slot is the first I've ever seen, and I'm a fan of a dedicated cash pocket, especially since it hides the bills really well. The pocket is tight enough to keep everything locked down. I'm not worried about this pocket expanding over time because it's lined in plastic to better hold its shape. I fit about 4 bills inside before it started to look too attractive to thieves, but there's a wide enough cutout to easily access and remove your cash. Now, in terms of protection, both cases offer the same light drop protection. The Cloak 2 series has a lip around the front screen to prevent screen contact, and the same can be said for the Exec series as well. When it comes to drops, the Exec series sports these fancy spring corners combined with the rubber padding around it. I feel pretty confident throwing this around, albeit at shorter heights. So let's see what they can do. And slow-mo time. Leave a like and comment below letting me know if you enjoyed seeing the action slowed down. But as you saw though, the corners do give your phone a bounce, but also protects it on drops. The Cloak 2 series is on the simpler side, although covered throughout the edges, it doesn't have any specific protective features. Thankfully with both cases they include a screen protector they dub is explosion proof. So know your phone is safe if you stand beside any bombs or Note 7s. Honestly speaking, it's a simple screen protector, great for the added layer of protection along tabletops, but won't do much for impact resistance. Even with my sloppy installation job, it doesn't affect screen quality, and it's a great backup to have when you throw this in your pocket with keys and change. It holds up well against it. Even with some deep digging, the screen underneath is perfectly fine. Overall, not the best case in harsher environments around machinery, being outdoors a lot, or raging children, but both cases are enough for day-to-day usage around the office, a night out, or just raging at Angry Birds. Who still plays Angry Birds?
The Exec Series is my favorite for how comfortable it is in the hand while still carrying all my essentials with me. But for the price, you can't go wrong with an aluminum clear case build that just feels really solid overall. Just don't expect great drop protection from either, but that's a trade-off for the slim design these both offer. A big shout out to Ghost Tech for sponsoring the cases and review. It supports what I do on this channel, but I got complete creative freedom and all opinions expressed are from my own brain. That's it. If you love what you see and want to support me in creating more reviews, head over to our Patreon and enter our monthly giveaway. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment below letting me know what case you want me to review next. I rest my case.